This week on Zen and Not Zen, BroTime edition.
That tagline sounds familiar.
It's fucking genius. Adam, it was too intellectual for Adam.
Yeah.
You know.
I just watch porn.
Yeah.
Just watches. Yeah, he watches either porn or variations of porn like snuff.
Or Masters of the Universe. Same thing.
Right now. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Those four things. Four food groups for Adam.
Four food groups for Adam.
BroTime.
Fucking with the pen in his mouth, and he like breaks it. He just gets all the ink all over his fucking face. And he just like cleans it with a piece of paper, and then just eats the paper.
I haven't thought about that
Fucking
movie
sitting there
in
just
literal decades.
eating a fucking ink-covered piece of paper. Yeah.
I love that movie.
Fucking dude, the Ernest movies are great.
The only one I revisit is Ernest Scared Stupid.
That's a good one too.
See, that was
that's
the
Really
last.
good one.
That's the last of the great Ernest movies.
And it scared me as a kid, and it's still pretty scary now. Like a troll that actually came out from under the bed, turned children into dolls to keep in his tree, and he was all gooey and snotty.
Yeah, it was a
And
gross.
Eartha Kitt was in it. I forgot Eartha Kitt was the weird metal sculpting lady that they go to.
All right,
Fuck,
Legend Eartha Kitt is in an Ernest Scared Stupid movie. Like
See, Ernest Goes to Camp was always the one that I saw.
That was good.
Oh, yeah.
That was
that's a
my
classic.
favorite. That still is my favorite, and I think that's actually the first one. Is Ernest Goes to Camp?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Which I thought, definitely you could. Knowing that now, hindsight bias, you could see the strength in the comedic writing. Really, they peaked with Ernest Goes to Camp.
Ernest Goes to Jail.
Again, that ink scene's fucking brilliant. Or that guy that like, freeze, punk, that fucking tiny guy on Ernest Goes to Jail, who was like hiding behind the pole.
Uh-huh.
Like,
The sidekick to the big guy.
Yeah.
Totally. I love it. Ernest Goes to Jail when his gun goes. He makes the soap gun. Stand up cover.
So fucking
We should
good.
just do an episode.
I was literally going to say we should just review all the Ernest
The
movies.
late Jim Varney.
Do a live episode.
yes.
Just do a table read.
Yeah.
Live.
Table
A live
read.
table read.
Table read.
Fuck
Fuck,
yes.
okay. Oh, actually, I didn't
I
tell
want to be
you.
Vern.
Yes.
Fuck, dude.
I'll be the dog.
God, dude.
This little Jack Russell
So
friend.
good.
What was that fucking dog's name? Sprocket or something?
I'm
Gidget.
It was
I'm
something
having a
robotic
tough,
or something.
Yeah, I'm having a tough time with that right now, trying to remember. God.
That was classic. I
need to rewatch Ernest Saves Christmas. I should have rewatched that at Christmas time. That was like a missed opportunity. I haven't seen that one probably since like '92.
Yeah, I would say that's probably one of the
You know.
least ones that I've seen.
Yeah,
same.
I was probably cheering on the athletes in Barcelona at the time.
Barcelona.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And Ibiza. Ibiza and Barcelona.
Shit. Dude.
Well, that's a great way to start the topic.
Ernest.
Ernest.
Yeah, Jim Varney. He got that career resurgence voicing the dog on Toy Story.
That, and then he was also he did a couple in-person acting gigs too towards the end. He had like a reoccurring role in one of the cable shows, like, God, what was it? Like
Woody.
Bones or something, or I don't know, one of those shows, like one of those cable like
My Name
TNTs.
Is
Oh,
or,
yeah, My Name is Earl type shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
My Name is Vern. That's what it was.
My Name is Earl. That was a good show. I liked that show.
See,
Yeah,
I was this is a preface, I was a big Jason Lee fan.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
like
I
a
was.
semi-pro skater, like before
Oh,
all
Mallrats,
this shit.
Jason
Yeah,
Lee.
Mallrats,
Yeah.
Jason
Yeah,
Lee.
he's
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, when I tell you this, you're going to be a little disappointed.
Oh, what happened to Jason Lee?
Scientologist.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, I think I knew that.
Interesting.
Yeah, I watched Leah Remini.
Adam's more PC approach is, interesting, as opposed to just going, cool.
Hey, man, do
Oh,
you?
what observed thetan is he? Yeah, no, I understand you.
That's
Do
fine.
you? I
I
understand.
still appreciate as an actor.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
mean,
Beck's a
I think about him
Scientologist,
every time I see a chocolate pretzel.
Oh, right.
Every
Stink
time.
palm.
What about that?
Every
What
time.
about that stink palm? He licked his
Hey,
hand.
look at his hand, man.
Michael Rooker.
Such a good fucking movie.
Oh my god.
It's not, though.
okay, so
It doesn't
it's
do
not.
that.
It doesn't
okay,
hold
so
up.
I loved those fucking movies. Like those
Yeah.
were some of my stoner.
Chasing
I've
Amy.
watched
Stoner-
Jay and Silent
Chasing
Bob
Amy
movies.
stood up a
That
little
would
better.
actually is
And
pretty
Clerks
good.
has too, actually.
Yeah.
Clerks.
Mallrats, the
Yeah.
acting is fucking really bad.
It's really bad. Like one shot, like sneak in, do a mall scene, and sneak out. Kind of
I
shit. Like,
watched it a shit ton, I think, when I was like 13 or
Classic
14. And that is
VHS.
the exact age where everything in that movie was great.
Like,
And I feel like
perfect.
if I can't remember.
Perfect.
Yep.
But,
Ben Affleck. Yeah, who's your favorite new kid?
Yeah.
You remember that shit? Who's your favorite new kid? That's what he says during sex.
Right.
Favorite
Donnie.
new kid.
Oh my god.
I forgot about that scene.
Understated comedic writing. Fucking the Ben Affleck sex tape at the end of the movie. Yeah, who's your favorite new kid?
Can you do the Jay and Silent Bob rap from the beginning of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back? Because that is embedded in my brain for the rest of time.
I see. That movie I didn't give really a two shots. Really, I
I-
saw
I
it.
That was
appreciate
high
that movie.
school. So
I just remember the $15 little man.
Yeah.
Put that shit in my hand.
Yeah.
fuck, motherfuck,
Oh.
motherfuck, noise. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, noise. Smoking weed, doing coke, drinking beers, rolling fatty, smoking blunts. Who smokes blunts? We smoke
smokes
blunts.
blunts?
Rolling blunts, smoking blunts. Hey, can I have $15, little man? Put that shit in my hand. If that money doesn't show, then you owe me. Oh,
Junk of love.
jug of love.
Oh, we, oh.
I think I wanna know ya.
Oh, Morris Day.
Fuck yeah.
Like,
That's
woo! Thanks for
fucking
that,
great.
Kevin Smith.
Yes.
Thank you.
Smith.
He's brilliant.
He is.
I love that. So yeah, so that's our topic is nostalgia. The shit we grew up on.
More
And what-
specifically,
slip and
So-
slide.
slip and slide.
Well, that
Slip
was
and
that
slide
was
that
that
in
was
and out,
yeah.
right?
That was the quote impetus.
So we
Fonts.
like years ago, the first time my family came to town and met Monica. It was a big event. You know, Monica's really nervous about meeting the family. She knew most of them anyways because we worked together and we've known each other for a long time. But everybody's going to be at the house and we wanted to do like outdoor games. It's going to be summertime. So we went out and bought like bocce balls and slip and
you guys are the
slides
best
and all this
family.
shit,
Jesus
right? And, like
Christ.
tents and
Lawn
stuff.
darts. They went and bought vintage lawn
Yeah,
darts.
totally, man.
course
Harper,
you did.
stand over there. Catch Daddy's lawn dart.
Catch Daddy's lawn dart. Lead with your eye.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out which one of you is my favorite right now.
So we're like setting everything up before they get there, and we're like get the slip and slide, which is like exciting. I've been slip and sliding forever.
Yeah.
And we have like a slopey fucking backyard.
Yeah, your backyard. You
That
used
was
to
Slip
live
and
dope.
slide
That
material,
old backyard.
right?
You
Oh,
could kind of
yes.
get a running start.
Oh yeah, get some momentum going.
Yeah.
So we pop the box open and roll out this slip and slide, thinking it's like yes, and it literally rolls like twice and then
It
stops.
just unfurls like it's like the
for a
box,
toddler.
the box and a half. You know,
It's
like
really
it was
like
just
3
fold.
feet,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Fold like a hand towel.
yeah, you're just like oh.
Like, what is this? Did we miss something about it? Like, no, that was what slip and slide was. I'm like, no, this
No,
slip
it
and slide used to be
wasn't.
like
Yeah, fucking huge.
15 feet.
No
man.
way.
Like,
I
it
had
was
ones
huge.
for sure long.
You
For
know?
sure.
And
Like-
but that's what it is now. Like, that was what we bought at Fred Meyer. It was that was the slip and slide.
An adult was on the box, or
Yeah.
was a child on the box?
No, it was an adult one.
You know what?
It
Fred
was literally
Meyer?
like probably like 5 feet, probably literally 5 feet. It was so small.
No, unacceptable.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid, I never had one, but they had the version of that called the zigzag zoom, which
Oh, with the
had
bumpers?
yeah, it had the bumpers at the end.
I remember that. Yeah.
I liked the ones that had.
You fucking totally know what I mean.
This exact zoom. I always like the ones that had the little the arches that sprayed water down. Those are the fancy ones.
Yeah.
We had a nice backyard in Arizona that was real flat.
Oh,
and
that would
we
be
had a patch of
required
grass.
shit. You guys had
Oh
all
yeah,
that,
I mean we
yeah.
had a pool. That's the thing. Like,
Oh,
I know
yeah.
pools are kind of seen as a luxury thing, but like when you're living in Arizona, it's like everyone has a pool. It just like comes with the house.
Yeah.
Same
yeah.
in Texas.
Because like that's the only way you can kind of spend any time outside, pretty much 9 months out of the year. So it was weird to like move to other different places and be like, oh, you guys don't have pools? Why do you have pools? Oh, because I'm not rich. I'm like, well, it's in Arizona. We just dig a hole in the sand.
Exactly.
Yeah, just
Totally.
fill it up with water. It's fine.
Yeah,
Pond,
nothing-
pool, same
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, Adam, you strike me as an above the ground pool kind of guy.
Yeah, those count. Those absolutely
Totally
count.
do. So we didn't have a pool growing up in my mom's house, but by proxy, like you said, down Texas, like it's fucking hot, man.
And like property rates are much cheaper too, so you're not spending $500,000 on a house. You're spending $125 on a house, so you can afford a pool in the backyard.
Exactly. The cost difference is so crazy.
It's insane. I paid for a whole house when I was in college in Tempe, Arizona. The whole house was $500. It was a three-bedroom house.
Yeah.
What the fuck did you do with a 3-bedroom?
Well, I lived with 2 other guys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you just like...
Because
wow.
500 was a lot.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I need 2 other roommates, obviously.
Yep.
But I had a whole house with the backyard, and it was a stone's throw away from school.
Did you have a zigzag zoom?
We didn't, but there was a lot of kegs and all kinds of
zigzags.
Yeah,
I like
a lot of
zigzags
zigzags back
and
there.
All I want to do is I'm a zoom.
And a boom, boom.
That house was fucking gross. It was fucking gross. I had to share a bathroom. Ooh, learned a lot about myself.
Yeah. Sharing bathrooms, sharing public space like that.
Yeah.
It does.
It's personal.
Yeah. It's, yeah.
I had I had 2 other roommates that were mainstays, but then we had an extra room, so it was actually a 4-bedroom now that I remember, because we had a guy that we found off of Craigslist to split it 4 ways because we couldn't make it work 3 for $500.
Hell,
we were all
man.
in college, whatever. But we ended up having to kick him out because he was peeing in Gatorade jars and mason jars or whatever and leaving them in his room, and we didn't know where the smell was coming from. But like, I'm sure he probably just didn't, maybe he had like a blockage about sharing a bathroom.
Wow.
But at the same time, like, you also had a window. You could have just not kept it inside the house.
Keep it out somehow. Yeah.
Yeah, they were just
I
everywhere.
usually keep my jars of urine outside that.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, isn't
That's
that
what the
just
tough shed's
Sun
for,
tea.
right?
That's how you make sun tea, right?
Yes.
It's just tart.
It's just sun tea.
It's really citrusy. Yes.
Sun tea. Jesus.
Oh yeah, I only had one questionable roommate, and
Yeah, I've been lucky. I haven't had too many. Yeah.
And it is so funny because when we moved in together, we'd known each other in high school and stuff. But when we moved in together, I knew how he grew up and how clean he was. Like, his dad was one of those guys that, like, if you make a sandwich, you're mopping the floor afterwards, like, kind of shit, right?
Those people turn out one of 2 ways.
He turned out the latter of the two, I'm assuming.
I never thought of it like that. Yeah.
They rebel
Dirtiest
against it.
person. Oh my god.
Because he's finally free to make a mess.
Yes,
yeah,
100%.
exactly.
Like, we would find plates under the couch, you
Yeah.
know, because he would just finish, put them under the couch. But the worst was when he moved out, we were going to try and rent out his
I think
room.
you told me about this.
Yeah, he had the master bedroom because he paid more and blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
sure,
like, whatever.
sure.
In his room, he had so many plates just under his bed that were there for probably 6 months. I think he stayed with us.
Petri dish.
And then in the
Petri
bathroom,
dish.
he
Oh,
never had
God.
cleaned the bathroom at
Oh,
all.
my
And the bathroom was so bad that
God.
the
Oh, my
apartment
God.
complex had to rip it out and redo the entire bathroom. They couldn't clean it.
The
And it was like-
biohazard.
It was horrible. It was horrible. And that's why we actually moved. We're like, okay, we're not going to get another roommate.
Yeah.
Me and my boy Brian, we were just like, we're going to move to that apartment down there. Like, literally, like, we're upstairs. We could see it downstairs. And so we just got a team of stoners together and said, okay, we're going to move. Everybody grab a box. We're going to take this box from here, take it down there. And then when we get back, we're going to smoke a blunt. Cool. Okay. And then we'll do that again. And so that's how we moved.
Oh, that's a fun way to move.
Great. Totally.
Well,
Yeah.
see,
Yeah, make
you
a
know,
fun day
I
out
mean,
of it.
It's great.
I mean, I don't need to move anymore, but back when I moved, and I didn't even have roommates for the longest time either. But I remember when I was really young, like in my early 20s, how chaotic so many of those moves were because it was so fucking last minute.
Yeah.
Like, you were just finding the fucking
Scrambling.
place like
Yeah.
2 days in advance.
Yes.
Fucking waiting on the paycheck to get first and last.
Yep.
You know, like
Oh,
all
my
that
deposit.
shit.
Oh,
And then
my
it's just
God, yeah.
like literally driving like with a car full of shit to like sign a lease to get your keys.
I used to just cry. I just would,
Oh,
anytime I move, I would
fuck.
cry. Just
Yeah.
as I was doing it, because it was just,
Just so overwhelming.
traumatizing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And then I discovered that I can afford movers.
Yeah,
And that is a game changer.
I've heard a lot of people talk about that. I'll probably do that next time.
I'm not kidding
Yeah,
you. Once
I'll
I
do it
turned
next
like
time.
28.
Didn't you do that?
No. I've only done movers one time.
Well,
Yeah.
even I pack all my stuff, but it's just so nice not to have to worry about moving a couch, moving a bed, asking
Yeah,
my friends who has a truck. Okay, well, because you have to rent a truck if you can't find someone with
Yeah.
a truck. You have to
Yeah.
be able to like do all of that anyway. So for like $300, I can just have 4 guys come and it's done in a couple of hours rather than the whole fucking day and then having to have a team of friends.
I would definitely do that next time because there's a overwhelming majority of shit I have no problem someone else moving.
Especially in
this
town.
You know what I'm saying? Like boxes and stuff that I care about, I got no problem doing that in my own.
I could take care of that shit.
But it's just like, big stuff, just fucking get it out.
Got tiny hallways and old ass, houses and no one's got an elevator anymore and you gotta be like,
watching other people have to do it.
Yeah.
It's oh God.
I help. I take the light boxes. I
got the plants.
I'm like, I'll take a box or two, no problem.
No, the only time
it's so worth it.
And it's something I've never even thought of. It's like when we move, it's like, okay, we're just moving.
Right.
But to your point, like it makes so much sense. I wish we would have had movers for this shit. But the only time I ever really use movers is when we moved.
Nice,
Olive. You'll hear
dog. Adam's dog, Olive.
Just to clarify.
Wanted to hang out and just like started snoring the second we hit record. Fucking asshole. I love you.
When we moved up here from Texas, we hired one of those big trucks where you just had a section of the truck.
Oh,
and you loaded up that section and then you put up a divider and then they just drove from Texas to Washington and had like 7 or 8 stops on the way and unloaded people's shit.
Oh.
And so it actually worked out pretty great for us. It made it when it needed to.
Cost effective too.
It was, yeah, totally. And so they just met us up here, and I think we moved to Mill Creek. But they were no help at all to the moving part. They didn't help things in and out. They
that's just a shipper.
Got the shit there.
They just shipped it there. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So
cross state lines for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
So back when I did move, I had friends rent trailers at times, which is the best way to do it. If you can rent a trailer, that's the best way. But I rented like the step above the fucking not the box truck, but basically the slightly larger van. Like
the
still
no window van.
I still I got no problem with my masculinity. I don't like driving big fucking trucks. I just don't. Remember Truck Life? Truck Life, dude. Hashtag Truck Life.
Not for everybody, man.
When Robin, sorry, Ken's totaled his Lesbrew Outback, he...
Lesbrew. That's a good one.
But, you've heard that.
I haven't.
No fucking way.
I don't own a Subaru. I
no
need to.
fucking way on that either.
I've literally never owned a Subaru. It's my dream car, but they're like $50,000. They're so expensive because every lesbian wants one. They're in high demand. Because they're good cars. Lesbrews. That's a good. Okay, continue. Sorry. Yep. When you were driving your Lesbrew.
Oh yeah, but I should have just. Well, actually, then I couldn't afford fucking movers. Now I'll just do movers.
Yeah.
But renting
it's cheaper.
Have you ever rented? You've probably you seem like a well-to-do guy. You probably rented the big fucker, the mom's attic or whatever the shit up there. Just like, where do you want me? Oh, which narrow ass Capitol Hill driveway do you want me to back this bitch up to?
Oh my god, that's the other thing too. I might
not that you can't see how
it's going. Still looking.
So confident.
Fuck.
Well, okay, so I'm not by any means as good as that, but my dad was a truck driver.
Fair.
I grew up,
That's
my dad grew like 18-wheeler.
Yeah.
So I've actually driven an 18-wheeler before with the trailer and shit. Never had to back them up.
Oh, God, dude.
It's crazy,
man. I grew up with horse trailers, so it's like no big thing. And then I worked
you're a horse girl.
Yeah, I'm a horse girl. But I also worked for a school.
Father, am I doing well? Am I doing well at my equestrian jumping?
Our first horse trailer was a U-Haul that my dad would go. So we would have to be at horse shows like super early in the morning, and he would go probably at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning to a U-Haul place to get the U-Haul for the day so we could use it. It was like a U-Haul horse trailer. It was bright orange. And I always was like mortified because we'd pull up to these horse shows and everybody be in these beautiful, beautiful trailers. And it was just a U-Haul on the side. And our fucking horses that we got 2 horses. Our first horses were from like an auction. So they were not horses that had any skills whatsoever.
Isn't that how they found Seabiscuit?
No, these were like, if you don't buy them, we're sending them to slaughter type.
Yeah, I know, I understand understand that.
Yeah.
And
Not sure if that was a Seabiscuit story. I don't know.
No, I'm sure. I think Seabiscuit might have come from an auction because he was like a little guy. But yeah, growing up at horse shows. But I worked in an after school program too, and I had to get certified in driving a box truck because we had to take kids to and from like field trips and stuff.
Fucking tally
and
ho,
so
yo.
not only did I have to drive a box truck, but I had to do it with like 30 minor lives
wow,
inside
that's
of it.
intense.
Fuck
So
all
now
that
that I've
shit.
done that, and I had to drive around in all of the freaking Greenwood, UW area streets where you have like 4 feet of clearance, on one side.
Yeah.
So now I feel like I can drive anything.
Yep. Once you go
It's
through
my
that
one hidden
shit.
skill. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I can drive anything.
Yep. I drove the Red Hook food trailer back from
Yeah.
Portland.
Yeah.
shit.
Had a truck that was not weighted to tow it and didn't have the correct tow cable, so I didn't have like brake assist.
Jesus.
And I had to go
Just
from,
a
There's
smooth,
not a big.
thank
There's
God
not a
it's
big
smooth
hill.
3-hour drive.
Horrible.
There's
Oh
not
my
a lot of
God.
big hills though.
But
There's-
I had to go from inside, so I wasn't right by the freeway. So I'd drive through downtown Portland in a place that I wasn't familiar with.
I remember
can't
you
remember
telling
what
me
area
about
it
this
was.
shit.
So driving through, and I'm like, fucking hell, man. I haven't driven it, and I hadn't driven a trailer in a long time, so I was very nervous. And then on top of that, the no brake assist. And so I'm like trying to find the right lane and just like, I'm going to just be in this lane until I have to get on the freeway. And then once I got on the freeway and traffic and I could feel the trailer every time.
It's like that
Into me, and that's a horrible feeling.
scene. Dude, you're
right?
like that scene from
Like,
Clueless.
God
Why
damn
we're
it.
on the freeway?
Yeah, right, exactly.
You can feel the trailer pushing the back of the car.
Just drive, baby, just drive. Everyone's honking at you.
Right, totally. So I didn't have
You're fucking
I didn't
deep.
have a gorgeous man in the side seat telling me, just drive, baby.
Didn't have a gorgeous man. You didn't have whoever the fuck that actor of Scrubs is.
Scrubs,
Oh
yeah,
my God,
totally.
what is
I
his
fucking love
name?
that
I feel like it starts with a D.
Is it
What
Donald
that?
Faison?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Donald,
We got there
Donald
together.
Faison,
Donald Faison.
I love Scrubs, man. That's a fucking great show.
I never got into it. I mean, I
did
know it's
not.
a genius
Such
show.
I saw
but
a couple.
just
I mean, I
didn't-
liked.
Yeah, I've seen a few.
What I saw, I enjoyed the janitor, and I also enjoyed.
He's
Was
great.
it Ted C. McGinley or John
Oh,
C.
yeah.
McGinley's character?
Yeah.
Fucking great, man.
Yeah. Dude,
Nostalgia.
driving a fucking truck.
Yeah, did you see they, speaking of nostalgia, did you say they rebooted Masters of the Universe? Did you guys watch
No.
that back in the day?
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
it's
Because
on
She-Ra
Netflix.
was my horse girl icon.
Right. Yeah,
Just-
they've
oh.
I
Princess
think
Power.
they've rebooted
Yes.
She-Ra, or they're alluding to it as
Is
well.
it live action?
No,
Oh.
it's cartoon.
Are
Can't
you
wait for
watching
that.
it?
What's that?
Are you watching it?
I've watched like 3 or 4 episodes. It's
Oh,
cool.
damn.
It's cool. It's not bad. I'm not like binge watching it, but it's like
You're not just going to town on that.
no. It's like Rick and Morty to me. It's
Yeah.
entertaining.
Yeah.
I love Rick and Morty though. That's a great
I
fucking show.
also love Rick and Morty.
They just got season 5 on Hulu.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I do enjoy that show.
Do you watch Rick and Morty, Robin?
What I've seen, I've enjoyed.
I
haven't
feel
watched
like that would be a show you would really
What
like.
what I've seen, I've really enjoyed. I haven't chose to dove down that. Did you ever watch the
should.
show? The show I think is one of the all time. You didn't really like it, but I don't think I've talked to you about it. Nathan for You. It was on Comedy Central for a couple of years.
Nathan for You?
Yeah.
No.
That's
Who was in it?
Nathan Fielder.
It's a good concept. It
But
just-
so
it tickled my
this was the
fancy.
tagline. This is the tagline. It's very cringy. The tagline is real people, real businesses, real bad advice.
That tagline sounds familiar.
It's fucking genius. Adam, it was too intellectual for Adam.
Yeah.
You know.
I just watch porn.
yeah.
Just watches. Yeah, he watches either porn or variations of porn like snuff.
Or Masters of the Universe. Same thing.
Right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, those 4 things. 4 food groups for Adam. TV.
Four groups for Adam. Grape's good. Grape's good.
Is that Brian Regan?
No, that was
Oh,
that.
damn
Jim,
it.
was I think you were telling. Was that Brian? It was
Brian Regan.
is that-
Grape is also favorite.
Oh, you're
you
just
talk
like
about-
that
Is that what
snow
I'm talking
cone.
about?
Like instead of playing it, like you don't need to play the game. You just get the snow cone after
Yeah,
the game.
that's Brian Regan.
okay.
Yeah, it's my I fucking love that.
Great.
You play half game, still get a whole snow cone, still get a whole snow. Cherry also good, but grape is also favorite. I
Oh my
fucking
God.
loved Brian Regan growing
remember
up as a kid,
crying
man.
about
Oh
that
my
when you
god,
showed
it's
He was.
funny.
He's great in
He
that
is
show.
funny.
The show I really like. Loudermilk on Amazon. He's great in that. He's really good in that.
Yeah. I haven't seen that yet, but I've heard that sketch.
It's really a slip and slide was only like a slip and slide was only
I'm
like
so
8
sad
feet
about
long.
that slip and slide.
It was only like 8 feet
It was
long.
horrible, man. Yeah, not even. No, it's like 5 feet long.
No fucking way.
No,
It's
literally.
See, that makes no sense though.
It's so
I like how we're
small.
30 minutes into this shit, and I'm like, wait, back to the slip and slide. So wait, like, no, but like, even if you're a fucking toddler, it needs to be longer than 5 feet.
Yeah, because I remember doing slip and slides, and I was at least airborne.
Did she buy like
in motion?
She probably bought like my baby's first slip and slide, you know, that they took off the market and shit. Because like we probably shouldn't be throwing infants.
Baby's first slip and slide. I think
can't-
baby's first slip and slide is birth.
Honestly, I can't say she did or didn't.
Yeah, so you go look up. I'm gonna see if I can find a zigzag.
The
Zigzag.
first one I pulled up was a 25-footer.
See? They make them. I know they do. My favorite videos in the summer are when people do their homemade ones.
Yeah, the homemade ones seem like
they're
this.
so good.
Definitely.
We had one in my dorm room, I think freshman year or sophomore year. And they did the whole hallway in the dorm room. They would put huge tarps up. And I don't know how they were able to get away with that or how we were. I didn't participate. But, like, I don't know how that wasn't shut down immediately.
Yeah.
But I guess that's, you know.
Dorm life.
Dorm life.
I never lived in a... Well, I didn't technically go to college. I went to...
I loved the dorm. Well,
But yeah, dorm life. Like, how was dorm life? Did you do... How many years were you?
Well, I think I did 2 years in a dorm. Because then I moved into the sorority complex.
Hashtag
we were not
dorm
allowed to
life.
have sorority houses in Tempe at ASU because there is a outdated law that says that any more than 5 women in one dwelling is considered a brothel. So that is 100% real. So we would have there was this place called Adelphi, and it was basically just like different dorms. So there were 2 girls to each room, and then you shared a bathroom in the middle. So there were 4 girls to like a suite or whatever.
Okay.
But when I lived in the dorm, I actually got kicked out of the first dorm I was in. Because I wasn't getting along with my roommate. So when she was, and I got along with my suite mate. So we shared a bathroom with another room. And the 2 girls, my roommate and my friend's roommate really liked each other. They were in the same sorority and they got along. And me and my friend Sarah really got along. And we were like, we should just switch rooms. And they're like, no, we're not going to do that. Because Sarah and I were never there because we were miserable. Yeah. So we waited until, or I waited, I'm going to full responsibility for this. Sarah was not a part of this. I waited until Thanksgiving break or something like that when my roommate was gone. And then I did the Friends episode where like they switched apartments without the other telling them. So I took a picture of like Sarah's and then my roommate's and then created exact replications and spent the day like just switching everything. The res life did not not appreciate that. Yep. Totally justifiable. That's fine. So I was removed from that dorm and placed in another dorm. And the second dorm I was in was the dopest. It was the most fun I've ever had. All right. It was so fun. I really enjoyed living in that dorm. So that's my dorm story.
Dorms, but never. Yeah.
I went to my buddy Sean's dorm like once because he was in college and I wasn't in college at the time, and I went and visited him at UW, and I'm just like, $3,000 a month to fucking live here? That was my reaction to it, you know. Whatever it was. It was some ridiculous. It probably wasn't that much, but it was some ridiculous amount to share a room with a complete stranger.
Yeah, it's a lot.
You know, and like go walk down a hallway and whatnot. And
yeah, there's one dorm. I can't even remember. I can't remember the name of the thing. I think it was like Mesa or something like that. No, it wasn't. I can't remember. But they finally had to shut it down for biohazard reasons. But when I was there, even like in 2005, it was like the notorious gross ass cheap dorm that it was also the biggest, so it had the most people. It was like 18 floors. And the elevators were always not working and people would get stuck and there'd be like everything that would go wrong in that dorm. And they finally, I think, ended up having to like just burn the building. They just imploded it.
A bunch of fucking screaming ghosts came out.
The ghosts of students past. Yeah, they can be very gross.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I was grateful that we didn't have I didn't ever have to do like a communal bathroom for the whole floor. Like each of the dorms on campus had one bathroom between 2 rooms. So
yeah, like
nice.
a communal floor bathroom.
Yeah, that'd be rough.
Go put on your slides to go take a.
It's not so much the shower.
Eat a bad burrito and have to go deal with that in the middle of the night.
That's the problem. It was never the shower. It was always like, what do I do if I'm hungover or if I'm sick? I don't want to have to run.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah,
that's the whole thing.
Oh my god.
Like showers suck. Like for me, doing hostels, and not really like wearing flip flops or whatever, and that sucks. But that's still just for the 10 minutes taking a shower.
It's the toilet. It's the toilet that's the clinker.
It's all about that loo, dude.
Yep.
I mean, you've stayed in I'm shit. Yeah, fuck it. You've stayed at like hotels and stuff that doesn't have that would have the bathroom down the hall, but there would just be a sink in the room, and you peed in the sink, right?
No.
Okay, so I guess I am
a
lowbrow person.
I would.
Yeah.
If the situation called for it, I for sure.
Yeah, I'm not against it. I've just never peed in the sink.
I've never been presented with the opportunity.
Actually.
Let me think about that. I can't say I've never peed in the sink.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's the most fun or original place you have peed that hasn't been a bathroom?
Okay.
Interesting. Huh. Well, I can say one of my.
It's not a sink. I gotta be better than that.
Mine is a Taco Bell bag in a car.
Ooh,
that's ballsy.
Yeah, it was an
Did
emergency.
It hold up?
Yeah, it did. I was actually surprised.
Wow.
Those are
I was
small bags.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was one of the tinier.
Like the one that was like 2 tacos.
It was when they were plastic, so it was like I think it was for the cinnamon twist or something like that. But it was it was just such an absolute emergency, and I was nowhere near a bathroom, and I was in a public enough place where I couldn't just go out in the car. Like I would have been ticketed or whatever. And so I was like, well, I got a back seat and I'm just going for it. And then I don't know. I think I even made it to the trash can. It was like minimal spillage.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Taco Bell bag.
Yeah, that was one I'd like not to repeat.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're putting that on wax.
I mean,
top of my head.
Because we press this podcast on vinyl, right?
Putting
this shit on
wax. I got the pucks in the fucking garage, man.
Yeah. I got the pucks in the garage.
I think top of my head is I peed in a Tupperware before.
Oh, I definitely did that.
Yeah.
I definitely did that.
Like a square or a cylinder?
It was actually one of those.
Because you have to have the depth in it.
It was one of those lunch meat ones.
Oh, that's
okay.
Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. Yeah,
you got a lot of splashback.
It was a double. I had to empty and
a double. Yeah. When you have to
like
switch receptacles to something else that you're not
18 beer bottles
when you're like, oh, I'm done.
Okay, wait. What's the
I can't stop once I started. It stings.
Fuck. God. Yeah, so I remember when I went to New Orleans for Halloween, my friends and I had to, because Halloween's basically like Mardi Gras as far as volume level, like it's the other time to go.
Yeah.
So we were down there for that, and it was really expensive to find lodging, so we rented a 1-bedroom shotgun shack, and five of us shared it.
Oh wow!
It was still like fucking like $350, $400 a night or some shit.
I don't know how people live in shotgun homes with roommates.
It's not really a 1-bedroom in all honesty, because it's just like fucking one room with maybe like a sliding divider door. I don't even know if it had that, but it also had 1 bathroom.
Do you have to go through everyone else's rooms to get to the bathroom?
Well, I mean, it's just like it's one hallway pretty much, and it's just like 5 dudes on like a fucking party trip sharing 1 bathroom. It's just like in the morning, it's just like, hurry up, I gotta pee. So it's just like by the second day, it's just like, dude, just grab a glass in the kitchen, fucking be a man.
Just saying,
be a man.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
Go pee in a pint glass like a grown up.
And then mark it.
So my friend, who will remain nameless, like did that. He's just like, what do I do? I'm like, well, go fucking dump it out. We don't hang on to this shit.
Unless you're my roommate.
Unless you're Kenzie's roommate. I'm like, what do you live with?
Put a screw top on it and put it under your bed.
We're gonna want to date and label that one.
Later.
God, dude, Tupperware.
Yeah, but I don't know. I've peed many a jar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Peed off many a thing.
Yeah.
definitely off many a thing.
It's hard when you have a vag because you can't control the stream.
Yeah, that's
it's
you know,
really
that's kind of an understatement.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely.
You really got to be able to squat
men will always flex on the ability to pee standing up,
Yeah.
and that's a huge thing.
It is.
That is a huge thing.
One advantage.
Then the next layer of that is that we can also just like aim more effectively.
Yeah,
name
you can
and
write
snow.
your name.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's always fun.
When I was living
it's
in
always fun.
Always
Never
fun.
not
It's
fun.
never know. I mean, I would do it all the time if I could.
Yeah,
When I was living in
never not
China,
fun.
the Eastern toilets, I don't know if you've ever seen an Eastern toilet, but they're not raised, so it's just a hole in the ground. So
Yeah.
you put your feet on either side. But like the squat capabilities of the Chinese people is immaculate. Like even when they're waiting or like waiting for a train or just sitting or whatever, like their butt is on the ground, feet are flat, just like even people that are elderly are able to do this. And like I cannot squat lower unless I have a rail to help me back up. Like
Right.
there's just no way. And so Eastern toilets are made for being able to squat like that. And so I just spent like a year and a half with just pea leg, just pea shoes, pea platter shoes.
You know, it's funny. There's actually a quote out there that says the demise of the human race started with the invention of the chair.
Oh, it's so true.
Because all humans,
So
that's
true.
like the most natural way for humans to squat.
Absolutely.
And sit. Look at like monkeys and all that stuff, right?
Yeah. It's
So-
better for your body. That's why we have
Totally.
squatty potties now, because America's starting to discover that, like,
Love my squatty potty.
yeah.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, it's
I'm all
great.
about
Squatty
that.
potty is like a training wheel for the Eastern toilet, basically. And then they just take the toilet away and leave the squatty potty.
This is a steep angle.
Yeah.
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 Gripping the toes and shit, man.
Yeah.
Did
It's
you
a
guys ever
real
have
skill.
to share bedrooms when you were growing up?
No, I didn't. Well, it was just my brother and I, and you know, this
Yeah,
is
same.
another thing of like, you know, you look back and never had to do that. You know, a lot of people, I knew people that had to share beds and shit.
Yeah.
You
we
know,
never
so
shared
it's
beds,
like
but
it's like, you know, context. Realize, you know, how, you know, there's always somebody else who has it worse.
Yeah, I shared a bedroom. Didn't share a bed.
Yeah.
But my younger brother Andy and I shared a bedroom for like.
Oh
10
man.
years.
I feel like as
Oh,
children,
man.
it's got to be
Age,
fun.
what
Longer
ages to
than
what
that.
ages to what ages? Because I'm gonna ask a bunch
Well,
of fucked
actually,
up jokes.
probably from I would say the age of 2 to 3 to Aaron moved out when he was 18. That made me 16. So 16.
Oh man.
Dang.
Like
I feel
Sharing
like
a-
up
sharing a
until
room-
10, that must have
sharing
been
a
fun
room
as hell,
when you
though.
both were fapping. That's gross.
No.
I don't think that happened in the room.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that was like-
There
Well,
are
I didn't think it
lines.
would happen in the room, but it's well, actually, I bet you it did.
Yeah.
Bet you did.
I bet you did.
Okay. So Adam's like, no, never once in my bedroom.
Fapping's
No,
also
no,
favorite.
not once. Never once in my bedroom.
But no, it was actually
Yeah.
fun up until the age
Yeah.
of about 10 to 12. You know,
Yeah.
we were having fun and throwing shit at each other and shit. And then it was like, okay, Aaron, when do you fucking move out so I can get this
Yeah.
dumb shit out of my room?
You don't have that like need for your own space until like puberty age, I think, and then
Yeah.
you're like, God damn it, I just
Oh
want
my
my own
god damn it! I
space.
just really want to masturbate. And my fucking little brother's hanging out in this room. Is that what it was?
Why is the doors always locked?
Yeah, exactly.
No, yeah, but it was that was definitely like growing up like that. I think it prepared me really for like being in any real situation.
Yeah,
you know, like
for sure.
random people, like just finding comfort and knowing that your space is not always yours.
Right, yeah. Or being able to like still hold your own space within a space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like what you were describing about at that silent retreat where everyone's making toast and they ran out of jam and bread.
I can't imagine the
I
quiet
would be
fury
so
in that room.
fucking pissed off. So fucking pissed off.
I
I'd
would
be
be
me-
too.
let me
The
just
one
write-
thing I need is food right now.
No, no, no.
Let me draw the picture real quick.
Adam, our listeners are up to
Please.
speed. They got it.
They
They
know.
got it. They got it all. And thank you. Thanks for tuning in. That's all we got.
I don't think I told this story while we were recording. I think
No,
I
we
told it
weren't. No, we
before.
weren't.
So when we did our first Vipassana, 10-day silent meditation.
Yeah, you better
retreat,
explain what that is.
It's
That
a-
was like right when the pandemic hit too, because
was
I feel like you came back and you're like,
second
what
one.
happened?
That
Or was
the
that
second
Trump?
one. Trump.
Oh, okay,
So
all right,
when we
You're like, I have no idea what world I'm in right
yeah,
now.
it was fucking bonkers. But so we did a 10-day silent meditation, and so you can't talk, you can't read, write, you just meditate and walk
Dang.
and sleep. And so the first morning, so you get up at like 4 a.m, meditate for an hour and a half, and so by the time you get there, it's like 6:30 to breakfast. And there's like probably 75 guys or so, and there's like maybe 8 or 9 big toasters. Things are happening there, but apparently like that's the place to be. Gotta get the fucking toast. Like all the other stuff, that's fine. People take care of that stuff. The toast is on the other side of the room. People aren't watching that as much, and the shit goes fast.
Is that the only thing you guys have to eat?
No, there's other stuff. There's like fruit and things like that.
Okay, but that's like the
But
that's like the protein. Like people have like the peanut butter.
Right.
And,
okay.
Like,
got it.
Nutritional yeast and yada yada yada. So it's just early. We've all just meditated, so our bodies are kind of achy.
The sun's not up yet.
Right?
It's
And
fucking early.
Every day it gets a little bit more cringeworthy. But just to see the look on people's faces when like the last piece of bread is gone or the last little bit of peanut butter goes, and you're there to try to be more peaceful. You can't say anything because it's silent. You got to wait for the person to come around because that's their job, is to come around. And so like to watch people try to go through all those emotions.
See the wheels turning and the fire starts burning.
Oh my God. It's so painful.
I guarantee you they do that on purpose. They have the budget for more toasters and bread, but it's like, it is a great exercise.
Social experiment.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's so
I've always wanted to do it, or not always, but recently I started
wanted to
I
do
really
that.
do want to try one.
Zero desire.
Just to see what happens. Like,
Fuck.
I'm very good at being quiet,
I can
ironically.
do that. I can do that, but actually, I probably would actually do surprisingly well with these.
Yeah.
The guy who never shuts the fuck up. You'd be amazed.
So the main
I'm the
reason
same
for
way,
the
though.
silent side of it is, one, to go introspective, but two, it's, if we constantly talk about the experience that we have, and if I say like, I reached something, I said, felt something, I did blah, 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 and you didn't have that similar experience, then you might think you're doing it wrong.
Right.
Right. But there's no wrong way to do this stuff. It's all based on the human. Right. So it takes our own time. So that's part of it too, is you keep it within yourself so you really fulfill that entire experience.
That's the thing that draws me to it, is that like the expectation is only what you are able to bring for yourself. Like there's like, I feel like that is something I could do.
Yeah.
And
It's great. Like when you take away all your external stimuli, like your phone, your Netflix, your books, your writing, like anything that you do to take away the thoughts that are in your head.
Yeah.
And not the bullshit story. Like you get to that, but like the actual thoughts and the trauma that you've been through in life, because we've all got our own levels of that.
Yeah.
When you shut all that down and you just have yourself and your pure thoughts, it's fucking bonkers.
Yeah.
The shit that you go through.
Yeah.
And from like, man, and your sleep changes, your appetite changes, like just so introspective. Like I didn't know anybody's face, but I knew people's shoes.
Oh,
Because I would see everybody's shoes and be like, okay, so Pumas are here, and then long boots guys here. Cool. The guy that wears flip flops in the snow is here today. That's great.
God, yeah.
And it's just fucking crazy. But it was the hardest thing I've done.
Were you wearing Pumas?
No,
New
I had what they call Alaskan high heels.
K-Swiss.
I was
High
more the
heels?
K-Swiss guy.
Yeah, I remember we wore K-Swiss one time when you and I first
shells?
met, and I was like, ooh, that's going to be tough for me to get over this one. I'm never going to bring this up on a fucking podcast.
Dude, K-Swiss was
I love K-Swiss, man.
the
I like
shoe,
Fat Farm
one of
shoes.
these
I
shoes
haven't
to
seen
have.
you wear those things. I haven't seen you. We haven't done anything outside. Like I haven't seen you wear shoes in a while.
I've
man.
gotten rid of all of my shoes except for like some boots.
Keep
Crocs.
the K-Swiss.
No,
Crocs.
I do have some Crocs.
That's about all I wear now.
But my Crocs are actual shoes. They're just.
I have some of those too.
those are
Yeah.
great. I
They're
love, like,
super
outdoor
comfy.
hiking and stuff. They're great.
Yeah.
You got rid of your K-Swiss.
I did. Yeah.
What the fuck? Why'd you do that?
I don't wear it.
What was like because the K-Swiss and then the
I have a friend who's an asshole. Gives me shit about it.
Etnies, the skater shoes, but you
Oh,
wore
Etnies,
them
yeah.
completely untied, so they
What
were
was
like
this?
clomp, 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 like in high school.
Airwalks?
K-Swiss, Etnies, or like the Vans that were like the rounder Vans, not like the skinny skater Vans, but like you know which ones I'm talking
do.
about?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
from the
yeah,
early
yeah,
2000s,
yeah,
the
yeah.
shell
Fat,
top,
fat
tongues on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, and everyone would have them completely untied, and I hated that feeling, so I always tied them up, but it's not the same kind of look.
Yeah.
and it doesn't look the same.
Looks like a pair of
getting
deck
baggy
shoes.
jeans
Yeah.
and tying your belt really
Right,
tight.
yeah, don't look exactly.
Fucking balloons out.
You're missing the point, Shaw. But what were the shoes in high school that were like, oh, the cool kids wear these shoes, or like, oh, this group of people wear these shoes? Because I identified certain social groups by the kinds of shoes that they wore.
Well, like growing up, like
Because the popular kids wore K-Swiss. But if you were alternative popular, it was
for me,
Etnies.
when I noticed shoes or gave a shit about shoes, which would have been like elementary school up until like maybe like 7th or 8th grade, maybe, and that's when I. Well, the other thing is that my mom would never fucking buy that stuff. Would never pony up the, for the Jordans or whatever. Rightfully so, especially since you grow out of that shit.
For sure.
But yeah, no, I always had Jordan envy, and I always had Reebok pump envy.
Oh, yeah.
Pumps, yeah.
But your boy bought some Reebok pumps last year. Still haven't worn them, but I did. I was like,
you fulfilled that dream.
Yeah, I did fulfill that. Got that taken care of. Just
trauma, get out of there.
Yeah, flick that up.
Pumps.
Yeah, exactly. Trauma, get out
Can
of
you
there.
imagine if I had these when we were 10? Even better. I got them when I was 40.
Exactly. 36. Might have been 37. Fucking
I think growing up, it was definitely Nikes in general.
Yeah.
So in the area that I grew up in, it was interesting because like our high school was a very interesting mix
we're in the
of
BKs.
people that didn't have any money at all and people that had stupid fucking amounts of money.
Okay.
And it was because the really rich school got overpopulated, and while they were building the new school, they gave kids an opportunity or an option choice to go to this other school. And so a lot of them came to our school, and which is cool. Like they were good kids, but they drove like Mercedes Benz and like their dad's Land Rovers and shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy fuck, man! Like, got a Pinto out here,
You had what'd you drive? My first car was a '95 Chevy Cavalier.
I had a Ford Ranger.
Nice.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, my parents helped me with the down payment and all that shit. But
I had my uncle's 280s ZX.
Dotson. Nice.
Yeah,
It was a Dotson or
It
Nissan?
was.
Nice.
It was a Dotson. Yeah.
That's
it
great.
had a T-top. It hadn't been driven probably since he was in high school, and did not last very long. But I felt fucking cool in that car. It was a hatchback.
Remember Tipton's Dotson 280Z that he had?
Totally.
Tipton had a fucking awesome 280Z.
Yeah.
And it had a lady that would talk to you. So instead of the bing bongs, it'd be like, door open, door closed.
Oh, that's fucking
it was
great.
tight. Yeah.
That reminds me of Don't Be Embarrassed.
Yeah.
Your door is ajar.
Your door is that's what it was. Your door is
the door, motherfucker.
door ajar. That's exactly fucking what it was. Oh my
I love
god.
it. But yeah, so the kids in our school, it was a lot of the Nikes in general, and then Doc Martens. I mean, we were 90s.
Doc
kids,
Martens.
so
yeah.
tons of Doc
Or
Martens
like
and
Tim's.
shit. So yeah, so that was Doc Martens were more like the white kids,
Yeah.
But we had a big equal race. Like it was pretty balanced between all races in our school. And so there was a lot of Timberlands, Lugs, Nikes, Docs. There was
a good mix.
cowboy boots.
When I started rocking ganj, I stopped wearing quote basketball shoes and those shoes to wearing skate shoes and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically, it was Jordan's, Reebok pumps, and then pot.
Yeah. And Pop made all the decisions from there.
But it was K-Swiss for you?
I didn't wear the K-Swiss. I was big into the skater.
2 years apart, right? Or 3 years apart?
Yeah, I graduated 05.
05, 02, and
98.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, I was K-Swiss were big, just more
Skechers
of the athletes.
were kinda big.
The athletes really wore the K-Swiss. So
Fucking
the
Adam.
people
That's why Adam used to wear.
And so I wore the Etnies and the
some
Vans.
push-ups.
But I wanted to be a skater.
It's Etnies, huh?
Isn't it Etnies?
I thought it was Ethies for the long. I have no fucking idea. I never wore them.
I think it is Etnies.
I have no idea.
Etnies,
Yeah.
I was like,
Etnies.
I had never for the first couple times I heard you say it, I'm
No, I was a Hot Topic kid
figuring
in high
that
school.
shit.
For
Oh
sure,
no,
or
man,
middle school.
that's where I got my Nine Inch Nails shirt.
Yeah.
That show wasn't even around really when I was a kid.
What?
I mean, Hot Topic and all that stuff was
Hot Topic,
in the 90, 98, 97, somewhere in there. When that stuff started coming out.
Yeah.
But
I went through a lot of different
fucking
phases.
lip piercings and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did
Did you ever have one?
preppy.
Didn't you used to have that?
No. I had a bunch of earrings.
We had our ears pierced there.
I had 2 in the lobe on each ear, and then I had 1 in the cartilage. Of my
Was it a
left ear.
fucking ring?
Sometimes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Big diamond.
No, even I did that. Ice Saturday.
You did Ice Saturday. We got a picture of that somewhere.
Ice Saturdays.
That could be our new promo pic.
Ice.
Dice. Because you got to get some big fucking diamond earrings.
I mean, I probably still have some left over.
Ice.
Those big fake ones that were real big in the early 2000s that every girl used to wear. And like the fake Tiffany chain necklace. I had those.
Oh, yeah.
I went through a lot of, now that I'm thinking about it, I went through a lot of different fashion things I tried out. And none of them fit until now, which turns out is just t-shirt and ironically funny t-shirt and jeans.
I've been wearing the exact same shit since high school. It's just it's better.
Yeah.
Like it's better fitting.
Yeah.
You know? Like it's like, you know, maybe the outfit quote makes more sense. Let's say you're wearing an NWA t-shirt, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
the quality. Yeah.
Mine
no,
is...
I used to like really, I mean, I still do enjoy like anthropology type stuff, and I would buy it and it would look good and I'd be like, oh, this will be nice and I can wear this. And then I just never wanted to wear it ever. Like even when I did wear it, it didn't feel like, it felt like me wearing a costume. Like it never felt like I was supposed to wear it.
Yep.
And then I was
every
like,
time I wear a fucking suit.
yeah, you just feel uncomfortable. I'm like, this just doesn't feel right on my skin.
I jumped in my dad's closet. I'm like, my dad today.
I'm my dad today.
Home Alone
Big shoes clopping.
No, my style has changed drastically over the years.
It has.
When I was younger, and get ready to judge the shit out of me for this, Rob.
No, I don't do that.
So I had friends that would steal clothing and trade it for weed, and so they loved. It was really easy to steal from the Abercrombie store.
Oh.
So they
deserved it.
Abercrombie and Fitch would come to my door. And
American Eagle and
Hollister.
just Abercrombie, you know. And so like I didn't really like it, but it was all basically free to me. Yeah. And so I would wear some of that stuff, and I'm like, looking back now, when I see pictures, I'm like, I have the hemp patchouli. The shell necklace.
Puka shell.
Yes, puka shell.
Because I found a couple
of Abercrombie shirts.
I still have.
I fucked with Hollister.
I found a couple of my hemp chokers. Like, you know, I was going through some shit, and I found a couple of those, and
I had the ones with the glass work. I had the hemp, and then there was like a glass thing with like mushrooms and stuff in them, that you get at the kiosk at the mall that had all different kinds of rings and shit.
Yeah, mine always had Fimo beads in them. You like that?
I do.
Fucking dynamite drop with the Fimo.
God, yeah. Fuck yeah, man. That's good shit. I don't miss those.
No.
You used to wear fucking puka shell necklaces.
I did too. I had a bunch of them.
Those, yeah.
Maybe it's a West Coast thing. Well, I mean, Houston's not really West Coast, yeah.
South Texas brings a ruckus.
Yeah. You know. Protection.
I don't. This is according to Bun B.
Yeah. He would know.
He in theory would know.
Bun B, if you're listening, will you drop us a line? Let us know if South Texas.
Yeah, hey, Bun, Mr. B.
Mr. B.
Attention, Mr. B. Yeah, attention to Mr. B. Attention, Bun.
Yeah, that'll get him to respond.
The respect, he'll recognize
Actually, maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
If for no other reason, just to set it straight. Bun B, bitch.
Oh my god.
All right.
Slip and slides. Yeah.
Found a zigzag zoom on eBay for $70, still in box, but I couldn't find that out. So I couldn't. I was looking at all the photos. I couldn't see the dimensions, so that was all I was looking at. Like, how big's the zigzag zoom?
All right.
Well, now we have to get one.
There you go. And if our listeners want to buy us one and send it to us, so
yes,
we can play with the zigzag zoom, we'll do that.
Fuck yes, we will do a video podcast of that one.
Yes, there you go. We'll end on that. Boom. Buy us a zigzag zoom.
Buy us a. We're gonna put in requests.
Hey, Mr. Bun B, buy us a zigzag zoom.
Yeah, I want it signed by Bun B.
Yeah. It's gonna be like a jumping castle size.
Hey, I'm shacking by random people shit at Walmart.
Why not us?
Bun B can sign some fucking zigzag zoom somebody sends him.
That's perfect.